Hello everyone, I'm Lazy Grouse, and in this video we're gonna go through all the units and mechanics of the vampire counts found in SFO Grimhammer 2. First up we have the Spirit Host, which is an ethereal support unit with pretty decent combat stats. They have Enfeeble Attack, which constantly debuffs enemies within range with less weapon damage and melee attack. They also have Recovery, which gives them 2 hit point regeneration, and with their ethereal damage resistance makes them a tanky, pretty efficient early game infantry unit. Next we have the Blood Dragon Warriors. They are essentially Blood Knights on foot. They have good combat stats with a high weapon strength and a bonus versus infantry, and coupled with their area of attack means that they are very efficient in dealing with opposing infantry. They also have Enfeebled Defense, which constantly debuffs enemies within range with less melee defense. They also have the Hunger, which gives them high regeneration and some combat stats, and Frenzy to increase their combat stats even more. These abilities combined with their good stats makes them very deadly and very hard to kill. The Black Grail Knight is a legendary variant of the Blood Knight with fewer entities, but they make up for it with higher melee attack and much higher weapon strength. Instead of the Hunger, they have Curse of the Black Grail, which gives them 6 hit point regeneration, but it doesn't require them to be in combat like the Hunger does. It also gives them physical resistance. They have Cause Terror and Discourage, which makes them very good at making things rout. And you can recruit them once you have a landmark in Museo. Next up we have the Zombie Dragon, which is basically the single entity monster variant of the Vampire Lord mount. It's got pretty typical dragon stats, and Lethal Poison, which is gonna deal damage over time and debuff its enemies' weapon damage. It's also got a Pestilent Breath and Swarm of Flies, which constantly gonna deal some damage to enemies around it and debuff their melee attack. The Drakenhof Guard is a legendary variant of Graveguard with halberds exclusive to Manfred von Carstein and Helman Gorst. They're a very strong counter to cavalry and large monsters with Cavalry Bane, which will prevent anything from disengaging from them. They also have charge defense versus large and some AP with a bonus versus large. But with fairly good stats in general, they can definitely hold their own against any infantry unit. They also come with Guardian, which buffs lords and heroes around them with physical resistance, and they can be recruited from a landmark in Castle Drakenhof. Specters of Corpse Wood are a legendary variant of Hex Wraiths with shields exclusive to Heinrich Kemmler. They're an ethereal cavalry unit with the ability Black Nimbus, which gives them a small hit point regeneration, damage resistance and strider. They also have Unholy Vigor, which gives them fire damage, speed and charge speed, and also gives them Dreaded, which removes immune psychology, which is very powerful since they cause fear and terror. They also have Black Scythes, which gives them charge bonus, melee attack and AP weapon damage, as well as Unspottable, which means that the enemy won't see you coming until you're on top of them, which makes them great at picking off archers or artillery. And they're available to recruit from a landmark in Blackstone Post. Knights of the Red Death are a legendary variant of Blood Knights mounted on Hellsteeds exclusive to Isabella and Vlad von Carstein. They come with Sanguine, which buffs allies within range with leadership, AP weapon damage and base weapon damage. They also have the Hunger, which gives them regeneration and some combat stats, and they have Frenzy to buff their combat stats even more. And as they ride Hellsteeds, they fly and have incredible speed, and combined with the Blood Knight statline makes them very deadly. They're recruitable from a landmark in Castle Drakenhof. The Dire Bats are similar to Fell Bats but on steroids and are exclusive to Isabella von Carstein and is summoned for free every combat while playing as Isabella. But they can't be recruited, but they have great stats. They have Flammable, which lowers speed and weakness to fire. They also have Flaming Attacks to take advantage of the Flammable. They have Frenzy to boost their combat stats even more. And they have Cause Terror with some missile resistance. Their only drawback really is that they have no armor. All in all, it's a very good unit that you get for free every combat. Every Vampire Count sub-faction and Legendary Lord have gotten some tweaks or new mechanics, but the new mechanics Night Court is available to all Vampire Counts factions. The Night Court gives you an alternative way of spending your blood kisses. Each of these represents a different faction. They all give diplomatic relations with said faction. They also give a combat buff and a quest which rewards a unique follower, 5,000 treasure, and 500 experience for all characters. The Sylvanian faction has gotten a new mechanic in the form of 4 unique rights. Assemblage of Necromancers gives growth, vampiric corruption, construction time reduction, and ward save for corpse cart, mortis engines, and black coach units. Baleful Binding gives action success chance for White Kings, recruit rank for White Kings, and frenzy ability to Graveguards and Black Knights. Betrayal Revealed reduces the diplomatic relations with men, but increases the weapon strength when fighting them, and increases the income from sacking settlements. Crowned by Strength and Blood increases your research rate. An army ability called Devolved Kin, which causes an explosion and summons a Vargulf, and missile resistance when defending. These all last for 20 rounds, and is unlocked by doing quests. Sylvania has also gotten some additional technologies in the tech tree, with each of these requiring you to finish one of the tree fully before you can research them. Manfred von Carstein's faction effect is that he starts with 1 Blood Kiss, has access to the Rights and Extended Technology tree. He gives Graveguard, Black Knights and White Kings cause terror. Leadership aura size is bigger when fighting against the Empire. There's no recruitment cost for Graveguards and Black Knights, and his unique unit is the Drakenhof Guard. Helman Gorst's faction effect is that he has access to the Rights and Extended Technology tree. He gives Corpse Carts and Mortis Engines the bound spell Lesser Raise Dead. Zombie units become stronger over time in battles. He gets casualty replenishment rate in own territory. The Tithe gets 1 unit capacity extra, and he has the unique unit, the Drakenhof Guard. The von Carstein faction gets access to unique technologies once they've captured Altdorf. Once Altdorf is captured, you need the occupied Imperial Palace, which unlocks Empire Beyond Death, which then unlocks the rest of the technologies. The top technologies gives a Blood Kiss and a legendary item. The others give campaign and combat bonuses and a Blood Kiss, but as you can see they are paired and you can only research one of each pair. Vlad von Carstein's faction effects is that he starts with a Blood Kiss and gets stronger traits for Bloodline Lords. He has access to unique buildings in Castle Drakenhof and technologies after taking Altdorf. Zombies, Crypt Ghouls, Skeleton, Graveguard, Black Knight, Spirit Host, Cairn Wraiths, Hex Wraiths, Fellbats and Direwolves have a 33% chance to be resurrected when below 50% health. He gets the unique unit Knights of the Red Death, and income from Vampire Crypts, Vampire Keeps and Blood Tax buildings are increased. Isabella's faction trait is that she starts with a Blood Kiss and stronger traits for Bloodline Lords. She gets access to buildings in Castle Drakenhof and technologies after taking Altdorf. Direbat units are summoned in every battle. No upkeep for Fellbats and Direwolves units as long as they're in their own territory. And they have the unique unit Knights of the Red Death. The Barrow Legion has gotten access to a new currency called Dark Insight, which can be gained from landmarks found in settlements all across the world. Dark Insight can be spent on these new technologies. The left tree focuses on Necromancers and ends with an ability to summon a White King in battle. The middle tree focuses on your infantry and ends with an army ability that heals your units. And the right tree focuses on campaign mechanics and ends with reduced upkeep for Necromancer heroes and Heinrich Kemmler, as well as some wound recovery time. The middle technologies also give a Blood Kiss for each one of them. Heinrich Kemmler's faction effect is that his suitable climate is mountains. He has the special landmarks that generate Dark Insight and unlocks powerful technologies in Carcassonne, Nagazizar, Black Pyramid, White Tower of Hoeth, Quintex and Nagarond. Master Necromancer have unique skills, upkeep reduction for Necromancer heroes. He gives Strider to all armies faction-wide. The Raise Dead ability is cheaper, and he has the unique units Specters of Corpse Wood. And that is all of the units and mechanics of the vampire counts in SFO Grimhammer 2. Which faction do you think got the best mechanics, and what do you think of the units that Grimhammer adds? But that is all for this video, so thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!